Hello, 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 traders, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and your fellow traitor, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. I am not drinking anything though. I did not go grab anything to drink, and that's okay because I'm not really that thirsty right now. But I do have the most important thing, and that is my cup mug. And since it's just me, a panel of one, I guess I got to party by myself, get my boogie on by myself. Panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs. Beer, 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 beer. Traders Edition. And you can get your cup merch, our mug, not limited to, but including our mug and any of our beautiful merch at lanajcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below, and it'll be on the banners right there. So get your cup merch. Period. We do ship internationally and domestically here in the US, Canada, and Mexico, so there are no excuses unless your postal service is running a bit slow, which is okay because a delay is never a deny. It might come a little late, but it will get there. So get your cup merch. Period. Um, yeah, I'm here talking Traitors UK, episode 10. It's coming to an end, y'all. We are getting very, very close to the end, and I'm excited to talk about it. But before we do, y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button right down there. Subscribe to this channel, and I'm I'm on a mission, on a goal to reach 1,000 followers by the end of the year. So I'm going to continue to give you content on a regular basis, constantly, as much as I humanly possibly can. And I'm going to give you content. I just need you to hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends to hit the subscribe button. Get other people to join and hit the subscribe button so we could reach our goal. I'm going to continue to do what I have to do, and I just hope you do that for me. Thank you. Um, we are, like I said, we're just trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I hope we make it there. We're almost there. We got some followers, and we're getting more, and I appreciate you all for joining. But I need more. So please, if this is your first time watching, welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining. Hit the subscribe button here. But we're going to talk all things traders before we do. Y'all know what to do besides hitting the subscribe button. Follow us on all of our other channels. We have 3 other channels if you'd like drag race, WWE wrestling, or Eurovision Song Contest. We have 3 channels for you. So check that out. Follow us on our audio podcast links. That's down in the description below if you need to check us out on the go. And our Patreon, where we give you early access and exclusive content across all 4 channels. And I'm going to be working hard on that also this year to give you some exclusive content straight from this TV channel. So we are going to do all of that. So check it out. Do all the things. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Do all of those things. Let's get into it because where we left off, let me move myself to the side. Move myself to the side. Pull this up. I'm going to take the thing off Leon's face, even though he's not here anymore. I still want to take it off his face. You don't want to, I'll take the ticker off so you can see everybody's name down there. But, this is where we left off. We left off and Leon was the last faithful to be banished. And so we see the traders in the turret talking about who they are going to murder tonight. And it came down to Jake, Leanne, and Joe because Freddie had the shield. And so those were the 3 that they were going to say who was going to be the traitor, or who, not traitor, who's going to be murdered. And so the next morning we come in and we see Freddie comes in with Leanne, and then no, Freddie comes in with Francesca, and Francesca and Frankie and Freddie are talking, and Freddie is mentioning that his suspicions is Mina. It gotta be Mina. It just seems very like she's not getting heat on her. It has to be Mina. And Frankie is kind of like, maybe, possibly. And so then the next group comes in, and it's Leanne and it's no, it's Mina and Alexander. They come in, and then Leanne, then Jake comes in by himself, and it is down to Leanne and Joe. And I think I said it enough, so I think y'all know. Uh, Joe is murdered. He is out. Joe's murdered. I'm not surprised. I thought it was going to be either Jake or Joe at this point. But Joe is murdered, and everybody's sad, and they're playing it up. Of course, Charlotte and Mina are kind of like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." And everybody's like, it's getting harder. It's getting harder." Um, so Freddie is not convinced that it's not Mina. He's like, "See, even the way she's acting right now, it has to be Mina. It has to be Mina." Um, she and it's people who are like Jake is like, I can't see it being Mina at all. Charlotte is playing like, because Freddie is telling Charlotte like, I think it's Mina. This is after breakfast happens and after, you know, Claudia gives them their heads up for what their mission might be. Kind of like, telling them that they have a mission. Joe's gone. She's sad because Joe was such a good guy. But Freddie tells Charlotte that he just thinks it's Mina. It gotta be Mina. That's what he's going for at the round table tonight. He just knows it's Mina. And Charlotte is like, I know it's Mina too. Like, I know it's her. And Charlotte has made her point very clear. She's like, I can't trust Mina. Um, she shouldn't trust me. I would love this whole sisterhood to be great, but it doesn't. I can't trust her, and I have to, look out for me. And so she's like, I don't want to push. I don't want to keep. I don't want to put my neck out and save Mina, but I'm not going to like stop the train from going over her if that happens. If it comes to that, it is what it is. And I feel that. Like, I get it. I understand it. I'm like, sometimes you just have to go with it. It's like, I might not like it. I might not, you know, I don't want to do it, but if push comes to shove, I'll do what I got to do. And so that's what Charlotte is. She's like, I'm just gonna see how the day plays out and see where I have to land. Just see where it has to go. Um, a lot of little conversations. Jake is still putting his ideas like it has to be a man at this point. Like, it has to be a guy. We've had all women traders. It doesn't seem likely. Alexander's like, I don't really want to think that. I don't want to push that, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be all women, and that will be okay. I'm not sure though. And Jake's like, I mean, not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it just doesn't seem likely. Alexander's not that convinced. Um, Leanne and Jake are talking too, and they're like, well, Freddie and Leanne are talking, and Freddie is like, Leanne, I never doubted you. I would never doubt you. I don't think it's you. I don't doubt it that it's you. So I would never write your name down. I'm not gonna write your name down. I think it's Mina. And he's very much focused, laser focused on Mina. Leanne has a conversation with Mina and tells her what Freddie was saying about how he trusts her fully. He would never write her name down. She's like, I like that, but I don't know how you would, would. Why would you tell me that? Were you saying that to distract me or to push, the narrative that you're not a traitor, and or you're acting like you're faithful when you are a traitor? It's just a lot. And so Mina was like, how does he not doubt anybody? Like, I've doubted everybody in this house at some point. How did he never have doubt you and will never doubt you? Like, the only way he would know for sure that you're fully a faithful is if he's a traitor. And she's like, yeah. And so Mina was pushing the point about Freddie. And because he was going around saying her name, so she was gonna go around and say his name. Um, just those little conversations. Everybody fully trusts Jake, that they know he's as faithful. They trust Frankie. They trust Charlotte. It's just Alexander and Mina. And to Freddie, those are the two people who he just. Mm-hmm. Um, but it's interesting. He's like, I don't know, but so they go to the mission. The mission is a chessboard, and apparently the traders were asked questions about each house guest or each person in the castle, which person fit these pieces and of the chessboard, and they would have to guess what the traders said. And if they figure it out, they get money into the prize pot. Um, I think it was like 2,000 a piece. So I think they got 2,000 pounds a piece for each right answer. Um, and so the first question was it was like the wolf, who's the leader of the pack, and they had to guess who the trader said. And so it was kind of like an interesting dynamic, because you had the traders who knows the answers, but they're like, do they try to shift it to get the money so that everybody can get the money and maybe out themselves as like, oh, you act like you really know, or do they try to sabotage, get it wrong, and so they like, oh, I was so bad at this game, um, and not get money. But the goal is to get money in the pot because the trader wants as much money as possible. So they tried to play it that way. A lot of letting the people guess questions, and then they're like, okay, like that would be my, if I was a trader, I'd be like, I would let them guess, and then I would be like, okay, I co-sign with that. Yeah, I would never come out and be like answering anything first, because I don't want to look like I know the answer, but I would just be like, and then I would get a couple wrong. Like, we don't have to be greedy. I would be okay getting some wrong. Um, I would just try to guess what I can and let them guess. And if they guess correct, they guess correct. If they guess wrong, they guess wrong. I wouldn't be the one pushing. And they did that to a certain degree. Mina and Charlotte both let the others pick. So the first question was, who's the leader? Everybody was like, Jake. Jake was right. The next one was a snake who is slipping under the radar. Everybody guessed Mina. That was correct. Next question was, who is Two-Face? Alexander took the ant. Alexander was like, I guess I'll save me. The traders probably would say me when the traders actually said Leanne, so they got that wrong. Then it was, who is the it was the leader, and Jake had to, can't remember the other question. It was something good though. Like, who is the who's the biggest threat? I think it was, who's the biggest threat. It was Jake. They got that right. Then it was, who was the whose voice is irrelevant, like the mouse of the group whose voice is irrelevant. And Charlotte, they first said Charlotte. Well, they first said Frankie. Frankie was like, it's probably me. Charlotte was like, well, it could be me because I'm very quiet. I don't know if I said anything. Um, And so Mina was like, I mean, but the loudest person could be, could always be still be loud and wrong. So I don't know. And Francesca took that as a sign that Mina probably was trying to shift it back to her when it swung to Charlotte. It started Frankie, swung to Charlotte, and Mina kind of shifted it back to her. That's what Frankie said, which I can probably see that. And so that set off alarm bells. And Frankie, like, why is she shifting back to me? Because she wanted to get it right and get the answer right. I would have let it fall on Charlotte personally and be like, yeah, okay, fine, sure. And it'd been wrong. Like, oh, well, Julie. Uh, um, but Charlotte took the answer and then they still got it wrong because it was Frankie. Um, so that was the last, and they ended up with $6,000 in the £3,000 in their prize pot. And then there was one more thing they had to do too. One person was going to get a shield. 7 boxes were lined up. Each had to pick a box, look in it discreetly, show no signs of who was going to, who got the shield or whatever. And so they did that. Leanne ends up getting the shield. Good on her. She gets the shield. So, but nobody knows who has the shield at that point. Um, get back to the house. Conversations are still going on, and everybody is focusing on the people who they are focusing on. Freddie is on Mina. Jake is on Alexander or Freddie because he's like, it's either Alexander or Freddie because it has to be a guy. Leanne is kind of in the middle. Frankie is with Freddie. And Charlotte is like, it will come down to what happens at this round table, how I decide to vote. Because I could go off and vote Freddie, or I could, switch it up and vote out Mina, knowing she's a traitor. And she was like, I just have to get it right. I can't vote Mina and she stays. Because if I vote Mina and she stays, that I'm in trouble. Like, she will come for me next. And it will be interesting. And so she's like, I just have to figure it out at the round table. So they get to the round table. This is going to be a short one, y'all. But we get to the round table and Jake starts it off and he points his finger towards Freddie, and he was just like, it just has to be a guy, in my opinion. And then Leanne jumps on and was like, yeah, Freddie, I feel like you said this about me. You said you truly 100%, trust me as a faithful. You would never write my name down. And I just feel that's a little like you're trying to deflect. And then Mina jumps in and was like, how do you say you trust somebody 100% unless you know that they are faithful? And the only way you know somebody is truly a faithful is if you're a traitor. And so it was kind of like, Freddie was like, well, that's why I think you're a traitor, Mina, because I feel like you have gotten no heat, and I feel like you're protecting people like Jake and Leanne because they're closest to you, and you're protecting those people. Which, me personally, I'm like, oh, traitors, you have got to murder the people that's closest to you so they can get off of you every now and then, not just right away back to back. But once you start, you just gotta pull the trigger and take out the people closest to you, so people will be like, she would never do that to them. Like, she would never vote out kill Leanne. Like, she would never, because that's her ace. That's her boom goon. That's her number one. She would never. Like, I would have 100% did that, but that's just me. That's just me. Uh, um. So Freddie is on Mina, and then so Alexander's like, I feel like I've been doing this all wrong, and I might have to switch it up a little bit, Mina, because I feel like you've got no heat or very little heat, and I feel like we've been looking in the wrong directions. And she's like, so Mina's like, so you are going to punish me because I I'm quiet or I'm confident and I know what I'm doing, and like I'm getting punished for not getting heat on me. And he's like, I mean, I just have to try something new, something different, because I feel like we've been looking in the wrong direction, and maybe we should be looking at you. Francesca brings up the comment Mina did at the challenge about trying to switch it back to her when it was on Charlotte. And so she's kind of like, it just made me think. Jake is like, I just can't see it. Maybe I'm naive. I just don't see it. They asked Charlotte what she thinks, and she kind of gives the very politically correct answer, very like, I mean, I can see why Freddie had a lot of heat on you, then it dried up, and it's just like weird that it dried up. And then Mina, you are very confident. I wish I had, the confidence of what you, and I don't know, maybe you would make the perfect trader. I don't know. And so she kind of was like, I'm not giving any help. I'm just not, I don't know. It's just very much playing into the I don't know role. I'm just so confused about it all. I can see both sides as long as nobody's looking at me. And I was like, she is playing a very, very good game right now. Very good game. For someone who just got in the turret and became a trader like 3 days ago, like, she's very good. Smart, 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 smart. Um, very smart. Um, so the vote happens. The vote happens. Jake votes for Freddie. Mina votes for Freddie. Alexander votes for Mina. Leanne votes for Alexander. Frankie votes for Mina. And Charlotte votes for Mina. And Mina is banished. And this hurts the most. Because I was very upset. I was very upset. I'm not mad at the game played by Charlotte because, baby, that's game. And it was a good game. But I just really love Mina. I really love Mina. She was doing so well. So well. So well. I hated it. I hated it. But I understood it. It's the game. And Charlotte is playing the game. It's so good. It's so good. But man, I hated that. But Mina has played such a good game up until this point. Like up until this point, she was very zero detected throughout most of this game. She got all the way to this point with very little heat on her. And dang it, you Freddie. Dang it, you Freddie. Should have killed you a long time ago. No, I'm just kidding. But Mina's gone. She's banished. But what a heck of a trader she had been. She's been a really good trader this entire time. Um, and she was like, and I have been from the beginning a trader. And it was, they were very happy to get a trader out, as they should be. Name the game, get them out. And I feel like Charlotte has just edged her way to the end. I fear. I feel like everybody is going to be very shocked. Very, very shocked when they find out. But everybody's excited after that. They're celebrating. They're like, woo. Jake is like, dang, I feel like I am going to be targeted now, or people's suspicions on me because I defended Mina so much, did not see her as a traitor. Everybody was just like, she pulled the wool over a lot of people's eyes. It was what it was. And she did. And she did. She kind of ate them up. She kind of ate them up with how she, maneuvered everything. It was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to watch. But so everybody's still on their high about catching the traitor, trying to figure out what is what, who is what are we going to do? And so we see Leanne, Charlotte, Jake, and Frankie all sitting in a room. And Leanne, right before it was time to go, she was like, I'm only going to tell you three this. I don't want you to tell Freddie, and I don't want you to tell Alexander. But I got the shield. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, my God. You just told the traitor. You got the shield. I was like, well, girl, thanks for the information. Thanks for the information. And Charlotte was like, what to do with this information? What to do? I know what to do. So she goes, everybody goes to their separate quarters and they're in the rooms. And Charlotte goes to the turret and Claudia meets her there and is like, I have an invitation. You have to go and meet up with someone, and either they become a traitor or they are going to be murdered right now. And so she's like, who do I give this ultimatum to? And she was like, I have the perfect person. Because it's between Freddie and Alexander, because everybody's expecting a traitor to be a guy. And I need to give him a guy. And these are the only two people who don't know that Leanne has a shield. So this whole thing set up so perfectly for sure. Like, this is game play. Oh my God. I'm like, the stars have aligned for this one. For her. She is eating this up, and I cannot even be mad at it. Charlotte is playing one heck of a game at this point. Like, ever since she became a traitor, baby, she's been eating it up. She's been eating it up. She was eating it up at the beginning, and she got some heat, but she kind of let it come off of her, which is also very impressive. Very impressive. But ever since she became a traitor, she's been eating the girls up, and she is steady eating them up. So she is going to proposition Freddie. And he gets the ultimatum. He comes to the dungeon, and he is shocked that Charlotte is a traitor. Shocked. Did not have a clue. Said she would have been the last person he would have put. He was going after Alexander next, and then Jake, and then Leanne. Like, she would have been the last person he would have tried, who would have thought was a traitor. Oh, and before I get to this point, they are told that the next round table is the last round table that someone will be banished, and you will know if they are faithful or a traitor. And there's a power that is going to be in the game that could be game changing. What this power is, we don't know yet. We don't know, but we'll stay tuned and find out for sure. But anyway, back to Freddie and Charlotte. Freddie's shocked. He doesn't know, but Charlotte lets him know that either he accepts being a traitor or he will die right now. He doesn't want to be a traitor. He doesn't want to be. I'm sure he feels like the writing is on the wall for him right now if he becomes a traitor. And he's like, I don't. But he can't. He don't want to die. He don't want to die, and he don't want to be a traitor. But he has to pick one. So he accepts, and they go off to the turret. And Charlotte is back at it in her gameplay. She's like, the only two people who don't know about Leanne's shield is Freddie and Alexander. And if I can push Freddie to go and murder Leanne in this game, and she walks into breakfast the next day, nobody being murdered, shock. And the only two people who would not know is Freddie and Alexander. Baby, Charlotte is thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. Freddie is the next mark for her. And they won't know if Freddie is a traitor. If they don't banish him at the round table, which I kind of feel like they probably will, they won't know. They won't know. So they need to get another traitor, and Charlotte is about to serve them one on a silver platter, and I kind of am eating this up. Like, this is good gameplay. Good gameplay. I am loving this. I'm loving this so much. I can't even stand it. I can't even stand it. It's so good. It's so good. When I tell y'all, I am living, I tell you, living for this. It's so good. But that is what's happening with the traders. I'm going to give you a quick draft update as of today. Let's put that up on the screen. As you can see, we still have Logan is holding on to Freddie and Francesca, and David is holding on to Jake and Leanne, and I am holding on to Charlotte and Alexander. And if I know what I think I know, I think I could win this draft. Just because I think Charlotte's about to kill it. She's about to eat it up. That's my personal opinion. I think Charlotte is about to be another solo trader winner. That's still my prediction, and I'm happy. I was hoping it was Mina, but I'm happy for Charlotte too. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. So far, this has been such a good season. Such a good season. I can't wait for you all to I can't wait to watch the next episode. Like, I'm ready. I need it right now. But thank you all for joining. That's all I got. Thank you all for joining on this episode of Traders. I might recruit more traders maybe for this finale. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just be a solo trader the entire time myself. Who knows? We'll see. But we're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow us on all of our other channels. All the channels will be, the links will be in the description below. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our audio podcast links. All those links will be in the description below, as well as our Patreon and all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and anywhere else where the people are. You can follow me on all of those platforms: TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter. That's it down there scrolling by. You see it right there. That's me. And if you want to go on Instagram, that's me right there. And yeah, we're gonna get out of here. So I'm gonna head back up to the turret, and I'm gonna get out of here. So oh, and don't forget your cup merch. Don't forget that. Never forget that. Never forget your cup merch. LanaG'sCreations@etsy.com. So on that note, we'll get out of here. Bye, traders. Cheers.